In the dense, humid heart of the rainforest, danger and wonder often coexist. Construction workers forging a new road through this untamed wilderness were no strangers to the trials of the jungle. Unpredictable weather, venomous creatures, and the relentless challenge of hauling materials in such an unforgiving environment. Despite their struggles, they pushed forward, motivated by the looming deadline imposed by their employer. Little did they know, their biggest challenge was about to emerge, not in the form of a broken machine or weather delay, but in the slow, ominous slither of a giant anaconda. One humid morning, as workers cleared a path for the road, one of them froze in terror. Emerging from the thick vegetation was an enormous snake, larger than any they had ever seen. Its scales glistened in the dappled sunlight, but something about its movements was off. The massive serpent appeared sluggish, its body weighed down by an unnatural bulge near the start of its stomach. The workers, torn between fear and fascination, knew they had to act but were unsure how to handle such a dangerous predator. While some suggested leaving the snake alone, others recognized that its presence in the middle of their worksite posed a risk to both the snake and themselves. More concerning was the bulge in its body, which clearly indicated the creature was in distress. One worker suggested calling a veterinarian, and after a tense discussion they agreed. The vet, an expert in exotic wildlife, assured them she would come as quickly as possible. However, navigating the rainforest to reach the remote construction site was no simple task. The workers' anxiety grew as they waited. The snake, seemingly content to rest, showed no signs of aggression, but its lethargy was a clear indication that something was wrong. Following the vet's instructions, the workers cautiously attempted to stretch out the snake to better assess the location of the bulge. Using plates of sheet metal and protective gear, they managed to carefully manipulate the massive reptile without provoking it. They discovered that the bulge was located near the snake's stomach, suggesting it had swallowed something it couldn't digest, a potentially fatal mistake. Meanwhile, the vet embarked on her arduous journey to the site. Equipped with her surgical kit and a tranquilizer gun, she navigated the rugged terrain in an all-terrain vehicle provided by the construction company. The rainforest was dense, and the journey was fraught with obstacles, from fallen trees to treacherous mud paths. After several hours she arrived, greeted by a group of nervous workers and the sight of the enormous snake, still sluggish, but beginning to show signs of agitation. The vet quickly assessed the situation and determined that immediate surgery was necessary to save the snake's life. Administering the tranquilizer required precision, as too much could be fatal, and too little might not sedate the powerful reptile. With the workers' help, she carefully injected the sedative. Over the next several minutes, the snake's movements slowed until it was fully immobilized. The workers let out a collective sigh of relief, grateful to have avoided any injuries during the tense standoff. With the snake sedated, the vet set up a makeshift operating area. The rainforest was far from an ideal surgical environment, but time was of the essence. Using a scalpel, she made a careful incision along the bulge, revealing the source of the obstruction. To everyone's astonishment, the snake had swallowed a plastic cooler box, likely mistaking it for prey. The workers immediately recognized the object. It was their own cooler, which they had discarded after its contents spoiled. The strong scent of rotting meat had likely attracted the snake, leading to its unfortunate meal. Removing the cooler was a delicate process. The vet had to ensure minimal damage to the snake's digestive tract, while carefully extracting the foreign object. As she worked, she explained to the workers that snakes often swallow items whole, relying on their strong stomach acids to break down their prey. However, non-organic materials like plastic cannot be digested and can cause blockages that lead to starvation or internal injuries. Once the cooler was removed, the vet cleaned the wound and stitched it up with precision. She also implanted a tracking chip to monitor the snake's recovery and movements in the wild. The workers, now deeply invested in the snake's survival, helped secure the area to allow the animal to wake up undisturbed. Over the next hour, the snake slowly regained consciousness. It was dazed but no longer sluggish, and its movements were much quicker and more fluid than before. After assessing its condition, the vet determined it was safe to release the snake back into the rainforest. The workers watched in awe as the massive creature slithered away, disappearing into the dense foliage. Reflecting on the incident, the vet praised the workers for their courage and cooperation. Their quick thinking and willingness to assist had likely saved the snake's life. She emphasized the importance of responsible waste disposal, noting that human negligence often leads to wildlife injuries. The discarded cooler, though seemingly insignificant, had nearly caused the death of one of the jungle's most formidable predators. For the workers, the experience was transformative. Initially driven by fear and frustration, they had come to see the snake not as an obstacle, but as a creature deserving of compassion and care. The incident served as a reminder of the delicate balance between human activity and the natural world. As they resumed their work, they carried with them a newfound respect for the rainforest and its inhabitants. The vet continued to monitor the snake through the tracking chip. Over the following months, she observed its movements and behavior, noting that it had fully recovered and was thriving in its natural habitat. The data she collected contributed to her research on anaconda behavior and the impact of human activity on their environment. This extraordinary encounter highlights the complexities of coexistence between humans and wildlife. It underscores the importance of understanding and respecting the ecosystems we inhabit and the creatures that share our world. The workers' story, from their initial fear to their heroic efforts to save the snake, is a testament to the power of empathy and teamwork. As the anaconda disappeared into the depths of the jungle, it left behind more than just an empty cooler. It left a profound lesson about the interconnectedness of life. The rainforest, with all its challenges and mysteries, remains a place of wonder and discovery, where even the most unexpected encounters can inspire awe and transform perspectives. For the workers and the vet, this was a day they would never forget, a day when they became unlikely heroes in the tale of a giant snake and its extraordinary survival.